right, all right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right, that stopped abruptly. Uh, all right, where do we begin here? All right, I'm getting the computers ready. All right, so let's get started here. So today the markets are kind of robust right now, kind of going up, going up. Welcome. All right, so let's get started. I was looking at Bitcoin here, but let's start off with the morning brew. So let's look at the overall markets. Who's out there? Let's see. All right. What's up, James? What's up, James? James flying back to the West Coast today. Okay. So let's get started here. So the S&P 500, guys, and I was kind of looking at this, and it's so funny because a while back, if you guys been on this for a while, way back here in January, and right in here, and I have the videos. You can go back and watch. I was telling everyone that this was going to happen. We're going to hit 4,000, and not that I was predicting everything. It just there was weakness occurring. Actually, got out of the market from securities, with the exception of a few. But basically, saying we retest. This is the weekly range, and we're going to go down. Pretty interesting that it's kind of happened to. This is the Nasdaq, so I don't want to look at the Nasdaq. I want to look at the S&P 500. All right, so look at the S&P 500. But we'll just spend a little time here, not too much time. But we're pretty far away. This is 2021 at 37.71. We're pretty far. And here's a textbook from a weekly perspective that we're going to go down. Give me 1 second. So I guess key question here is how far do we go down? Do we continue going lower, or right now, support bounce, we're going lower. No, we're just pretty fast. I'm going to put it back to the daily. But as far as we're looking at it from, what's up, Moses? Good morning. As far as looking at it from this perspective, we could maybe possibly go a little lower. The one thing I have noticed yet, and this is just what I observed from 2008, what I experienced, is that we should rally today. We are rallying a little bit, so that's good. But we haven't had that really panic sell, right? We haven't had that that flush sell. So that's why, and it's probably going to happen. I don't know. And then the question is it going to get bought at the bottom? So there's been an attack on PE ratios. Thank God. I think that the market right now is kind of finally saying, enough is enough. Enough with the PE shenanigans being over 50, 80, 90, and it's just kind of pricing in now. It's not just about inflation. It's not about the interest rates now. It's really, I think we're in a recession, to be honest with you. I think we're already in it. It's just a matter of basically the market's now taking down the PE ratio that were astronomical. And so, just let it do its thing. But as far as, where are we exactly? Where we had a huge sell-off. We're pretty far away from the 50 on the daily time frame. The Nasdaq too looks like it can probably go a little lower. Nasdaq, we are in these levels here. If I look at the dailies, just to kind of give you, here we go. Just to give you a perspective, we're right in this range. We're holding these levels right here. That is pretty strong. Next level will be right in this range, somewhere in here. Right, it'll be like 11,000. So for all you Bitcoin guys, you got to watch the Nasdaq. Nasdaq is key. NQ is a futures, but if this goes lower, because this has been trading like Bitcoin. Okay, so if I go into the NQ, I'm not going to go on this page because I'll mess it up. As far as the Russell is something that I talked about. The Russell we talked about, not the Russell again. Okay, now we're doing Russell. The Russell we talked about it coming back to these levels here of 1750, and we're about 10 points away. So pretty interesting how it all worked out. Will it hold here? I think it will hold. I think the Russell has been hit pretty hard. The Nasdaq has been hit pretty hard. But we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, that's where we're at there. All right, let's look at the opportunities today and find out what's going down. But it's just interesting to find out if you're into long-term positions or equities. I wouldn't want to. I was getting out of equities right in here, guys. Right in here, just because we saw this about to happen. Just just FYI, because this happened before. We're looking for a basing pattern here on the dailies to maybe add into equities or companies that are actually producing profits, like making money, and PE ratios are a little bit lower. All right, let's look into the futures. Let me get myself out of here. Okay, so futures are rallying. All right, so in the Patreon group, I said if it's above 4,000, it's probably going to retest the 4050, which we hit yesterday, and we're about 20 points away. So it's probably going to go. We'll probably have another 40 candlesticks on the 1 minute time frame, and it's going. So what I'm looking for here is we're looking for these pivots, right? We saw this rally going down. When is it going to pivot? And this would be an ideal entry at 7:55, 8 o'clock. So I'm going to point that out because this is probably going to last 8 o'clock, 9:30, right, until the open, about 90 minutes or so. Not 100% science, but let it come up. So if it goes up to 40.50, it's going to put me right in this at the 50-day moving average. And what happens here? This is exactly where we like to take the trades. What I've noticed yesterday after I wrote the Patreon, because I was scanning through stocks, I saw a lot of pivots. So squeezes happening, not pivots, squeezes. So it's 40.36. We're going to rally. So we're probably going to rally right to 40.50, and then we'll be taking a look at that 41.30 from the weekly plan. And that's how we navigate these, okay? Or 4100 too. That'll be another one. But it looks like 40.50 is going. Let's see. Let it go up. Let it do its thing. There's an exhaustion buy right here. This is about to take off and bounce right here. 40.50 will put me right there. As far as the overall markets, 40.50 is going to put me. So we're rallying. 40.50 is going to put me at 40.60 right now if we were to open. So that would be a bounce, right? So are we going to bounce, and how high do we bounce? Okay, 40.60 on the XPX is going to put me right above the highs of last week's, or the lows of above the highs of the lows last week, and we can bounce here. So if we can take 40.72, then that is a possibility. 40.60 puts me here on the 15-minute time frame on the XPX. What happens there? Does it still continue going lower, or does it reverse? So we'll see. Or does it blow through? SPY, as you can tell, we're looking at this. It's starting to rally. Let me see if I can make this a little bit better. They tried to take it down this morning, and they didn't. So, okay. So they took it down to 397, 396. So the lows are in here. The lows are in 398 from this morning. 396 right here, 396, sorry, not 398. So this is the squeezes on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, so if we're looking at this, it's happening right now. It's squeezing 402. This MACD is showing me that this is probably going to rally up. How high does it go? Pre-market, we have 411 on top, which it could possibly go up to the 50-day moving average. So if that does go up to the 50-day, what happens here at the 50-day? So, 408. Will we get a load the boat moment, right? Is the CPI already priced in for tomorrow, or do we or will this be an opportunity to get back into trades? So I'm going to be looking at the open to see how this reacts. This is going to go, so we're not worried about that. That's going to rally. Does a reverse right at that 408 level. 408. 411 was the pre-market where it sold off. That was yesterday. Pre-market 402, 400. It can probably go to 408, probably pre-market. Let's see what happens there. As far as the VIX is climbing down. Okay, so real simple here. If we have a flush out and we have a reverse, I'm going to put the alert at the top of this candlestick here and just kind of let me know. It's going to give me more conviction that, that there's more fear entering into the marketplace. If I put it on the lows of yesterday, that's going to give me an alert that we're probably going to go higher. So pretty simple parameter here that I put on the VIX. If you can tell, the VIX on top was 34.10. On the bottom, it's going to be 31.89. That's what I have. The Treasury note is coming down, so that's positive for the tech, right? We need this to come down a little bit. So if that comes down, that's actually pretty good. Bitcoin is probably going to rally here based on the. So Bitcoin is rallying off that 29,000. So I'm just helping you put everything into perspective here. So this is Bitcoin, guys. I know a lot of people are freaking out about Bitcoin, and if you're not trading it, don't freak out. If you're investing in it, just observe the price action on Bitcoin. As I stated yesterday, 29,000 is right here, right? So it is being bought right at that level. Some people are really strict about 30, whatever. I mean, just look at the price action. It's 29,000. There's not a key level, I find. But around 29,000, this level, they're buying it, right? So until they're not. So MACDs are telling me, but these are going to be a little bit delayed here, that it could go lower, but it's being bought right at that level. So if you believe in Bitcoin, and just depends on where you want to buy it. Do you want to buy it here, where it's being sold, or do you want to buy it here when it's being bought? You decide. If you want to trade it, then trade it. There's different ways to trade it. You can use, like I said, you can use the Beyond Charts trading system. The 50-day moving average, boom, boom, boom. It's probably coming up here to this 32,000. But again, when I don't really trade this, there's other better instruments you can trade. In my humble opinion, there goes MicroStrategy. I don't know if MicroStrategy is trying to pop here a little bit, but we'll see. I got Bitcoin on the 1 day. I got Ethereum too. Ethereum is, consolidating right now. Let's see if it can hold that level, 2177. But pretty much in the last year, we're looking at where it really broke out and did its thing. It was right around here, right around there. So let's see. Okay, so the squeezes that I was talking about, right here, Google, right? Huge sell-off, huge. So now all the moving averages are squeezing. This is not squeezing. This has been beautiful. CMG, ISRG, again, just beautiful lines. Let's see what happens. It's going to reverse. It's going to go. Now, Tesla came out with some numbers here. So we'll see about Tesla. I didn't get it was something about that the Shanghai factory was closed, so that's why they didn't get the numbers they expected. But the numbers are not bad. They were pretty decent. Amazon squeezing. All right, so Amazon in the news today came out that they're going to get into cyber. Okay, so that means that they're getting into cyber. So that means that they're going to have another revenue stream. They also came out with something about they don't need to hire new people, so they're not going to increase their wages. So there's some pretty positive news coming out of Amazon considering their revenue stream. So with that being said, Amazon should pop. So if this is real, watch Amazon. Amazon should pop. I mean, they came out with some pretty bullish news here, but if the market likes it, then it should pop. So if Amazon can take 2020 and then probably go higher, and this is a squeeze, then that'll be good for the overall markets that that they're not taking it down. Now, that was extremely good news for Amazon coming out today. Is the market going to take that as good news? Now, if Amazon craters and goes lower, then we're going lower because I mean, darn, they're coming out with some good news, and there's nothing's working on Amazon. Now Tesla 813 here, 813. Let's see if I can take that out. It is being bought below 800. I'm going to show you what I mean by that in a second once I go into the wider screens. But these are the squeezes I'm talking about. So look at LRCX coming here. It's going to come to a squeeze. Something big is about to happen at that 454. Does it break 442 or does it squeeze higher? Now, it doesn't mean we're going to have a V-shaped recovery. I'm not saying that at all, but we could be forming a basing pattern today where it pops and comes back down and be forming what's called a W or double top or a bottom, whatever you want to call it, just a W, a basing pattern. Those are all basing patterns. Goldman Sachs, just kind of, basing here, just staying in this range. If Goldman takes 312, then we probably can go higher. Netflix squeezing right here. This is what I'm talking about, the squeezing. Look at this. This is like came down sold from 201 all the way down to about 172 and it's coming into a squeeze. Could Netflix be going back up and retest maybe the 180, 183 area? Roku, same type of pattern here, right? Sold off from 111 back down to $89 or 86. Could it be squeezing here? It needs to take out 91, maybe gets up to 97, or it can squeeze back down 86 and work its way lower. Nvidia squeezing again. All the darlings are being taken down, guys. Mercado Libre being taken down. Apple, all right, this is the one we're watching. Apple at 154. That's pretty positive. If Apple takes out that 153, which is right in here at that 50, then we're going down, guys. Pretty simple here, straightforward. Shopify squeezing. This is what I was looking at. So Shopify squeezing. So again, not that I'm saying that, these stocks are great. They're not. But things don't go down in a straight line. They go up and they go down. So they don't really go down a straight line. Clearly, as you can see, they go up and they go down. But overall, we need to know which way the momentum is going. All right. So let's get to it here. Spiders. SPY is on the hourlies climbing here. So we're going to have the momentum swing climbing. Let it climb up. It's sold off pretty hard. 408 is where we're looking at to see if we can get there before the market. Hopefully it does, and it sets up for us nicely, and that will be great. It looks like it's slowing down here a little bit, but it's still got some more room to go, I think. Let's look at QQQs. Qs, same type of thing, right? Rallying up here to the 50. If we can get to 308, another 308. Oh, what was that? I'm sorry. That was 408. Okay, QQs. 308 on the QQQs. So let's see. It's rallying here, trying to squeeze. This looks bullish on the 50-minute time frame, so it probably looks like it wants to get to that 308. 308 is going to put me right in this range right here. And then what happens there? Does it come back down? Let it rally to that 302. We'll see. IWM. Remember bouncing off that 1750. Trying to rally here. Excuse me. Okay. Trying to rally here maybe to 182. Oh. 182. It's going to pull back maybe to 176. Let's see what happens here. All right, we're going to watch these closely. Apple. Apple's trying to rally here. Maybe you can get to that 155. That's where it sold off. Okay, so Apple on the dailies here. Let me see. I mean, yeah, if we take these lows out, then 151, we're gonna crater. Let me see. Okay, so but it's not gonna go down the straight line. It's probably gonna go up. Let's see what happens at 155. If it goes up, if it takes it that high, does it bounce it? Does it bounce to the downside? Okay, so let's see. Watch Apple, keep Apple on the horizon. Let's look at Tesla. All right, Tesla. So Tesla is being bought below 800. Let's see if it can go. Trying to rally. It's probably going to go up to the 50-day moving average around 850. If we rally into the day, if the market goes up, decides to kind of have an update today. So that's probably going to be key right now because it's spreading his legs here, spreaded legs over here. Probably going to pull back before. Let's see how it reacts around the 805. And does it continue with an upswing or a downswing there? Okay. What else were we looking at? Tesla. What was I looking at? Netflix. Maybe Netflix. All right. Netflix. This is coming to a squeeze here on the hourlies. Come to a squeeze here on the 15-minute time frame. And question is, if the market has an update, probably going to come back down to this 175. An exhaustion buy can push. Can it push to this 50-day to 180? It's about 5 points if you want to take that trade. That is a possibility. Roku, these are going to be super cheap. Roku, rallying. We got a squeeze there. Pre-market, squeezing here above MACDs. Where can it go? It's going to relieve some selling pressure here. So it can probably meet the 50-day. It's probably going to meet around 95. 5 points there too, maybe, if the market decides to go up higher. Apple's rally 154. So this is the one I'm looking at, Shopify. This is a mover. This can move. So, and I know we're trading SPY, but Shopify is what stood out to me the most yesterday. And now I will break this down. Shopify. Okay, so I mean, this thing is oversold. So you guys know we're pretty far away from the 50, and we need to kind of consolidate here for a second. Just for a second. Doesn't mean that we're going to be going up to the moon, but it means that could we trade it to 380 from 349? That's 30 points. That's a possibility, maybe 20. If we have an update, momentum is going higher. So some is maybe going to go higher until this stops. And maybe bring these lines a little bit closer together. We're having a squeeze here, which is telling me momentum is kind of doing this thing it's going to rally. How high do we go? Now, we do have some headwinds here. We have some headwinds at 355, 364, 371. 15-minute and the 1-minute time frame is going to die down or consolidate right in here. So let's see how it reacts around 350 at the open. You got about another 35 candles. All right, so let's see. But that's a possibility if the market decides to have an update today. That means the XPX goes up to 4050, which is we're almost there. We're at 10 points away. Decides then to go to 4100 and then 4130. If we can get that, then that's going to put us back on the weekly plan. And Apple can remain above 155. Then we're looking good going into CPI. And then what happens to CPI? Do they bring it back down? We do have a lot of Fed governors speaking today as well, so just keep that in mind. They're going to be bullish on the market. It's already started. If you go on your Twitter feed, but let's find out. All right, so those were a couple. It is 8:55. Let's look at SPY real quick. All right, so SPY, we're right there, 403 right now. So 435 or 4035, which resembles to 4040. 404. We're there. We're going to rally into the open. That's a fact. We're going to go in there. Now, how high do we go? Do we get to 408? Tesla's crossing 813. So we might have an update, guys. I'm noticing a lot of buying coming in, which is expected. Fed governors coming in, and they're talking up the market. So that's what we're doing. What happens at that 408? That's what I want to know. And let's see how, if the moving averages collapse. So let's look at the E-minis. E-minis right now, rallying here. This thing started at 8 o'clock, so at 9:30 it's still going. Moving averages are still pretty wide apart. Let's see when they come together, and let's see how far do we go. We're looking at this 40-50 squeezing here on the E-minis. And 408 is equivalent to right in here. But right now, we're going to be watching these. If these rally, maybe we can have an update today. How far do we go? Do we go up to 4130? That is a possibility today. All right, guys. So just keep that in mind. Just watch it. Today might be an update. So what am I looking at for today? All right. So for today, on the screens, we're going to be looking at 403. I'm going to see how it reacts at this 408 on the SPY. I'm saying 408 because that's where the 50-day moving average could be 407, somewhere in there. If we're hitting that 40-50, that's going to be a given. That's going to be a given. We're going there. That's where we went yesterday when we popped. Just FYI, that's why I was bringing that up. Yesterday we sold off to 4,000 and we popped to this 40-50 area. Do we get beyond that? That's where we sold off the second time. Do we get beyond that? Then we're probably going to this 40-70 on the E-minis and probably go a little higher. We're squeezing here. So look at the squeeze. Look at the moving averages to see if this is going to be a trending day today. It's going to be a V recovery. But right now we're rallying pretty nicely off of 4,000. We're literally just went up about 50 points in the last 90 minutes. That's pretty incredible. So that means that the market's going to move today. So just get your puts, get your stuff ready. We're gonna be moving today. I don't know if this is going to last, because more likely this could reverse on us depending on what's happening here. But it's moving right now, so let it go up. It's 8:58. We're gonna have 30 more candlesticks. Watch how it reacts around this 40-50, and then get your puts and get your calls ready. As far as the puts and calls I'm looking at, it can power retest 396. So I think we had the 380s, 360s for 2 weeks out. And then on top, I was looking at the 420s, 430s for 2 weeks out. That's Friday expiration. And I'm going for around $1, $2. And remember, you don't need to be greedy. You can get 40%, 50%. If it really runs, you can get probably 100%. So, and then you're only risking $1. So again, I'm trying to lead by example. But that's it. If you want to trade the other options, that's fine as well. But Tesla is moving, guys. So Tesla pre-market here. We're looking at Tesla 815 trying to rally here. Looks like the market is liking it. And Amazon. I think if Amazon rips based on the news that they came out with very, very bullish statements. If the bullish statements are real and the market likes that, then that could maybe prop up the market a little bit better. Doesn't mean we're flying high, but it just means that we need some good news to enter into the marketplace. All right. That's what we got, guys. Tonight, if you're part of the Patreon group, I'll be sending the invitation. We're going to have the class at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 6 o'clock Eastern Pacific Time. Western Pacific Time. I'll send out the invitation by this afternoon, so just keep that in mind. All right, guys, take care, and I'll see you in 90 minutes. Get yourself ready, get your puts, get your calls ready. It might be a trending day. All right, take care. See you in the chat. Bye-bye. We're moving to WhatsApp, by the way. Bye-bye.